recently, we are in a situation, and this gives me an opportunity. I have kept quiet about so many things, but tried to attend, to them, pay attention, do my best, do this, and hoping that the best will come, and it doesn't come. Muzi ikibazo tumaranye iminsi n'abaturanyi bo hakurya muri Uganda. Ndagira ngo noneho niba ari ibanga namenaga ndibamenye ndibabwire kuko turabisangiye, ubwo n'ibindi nibusanzwe biri mu binyamakuru biravugwa n'abantu ko ariho bose basezebera barabisobanura hakurya bakabisobanura. Twebwe mu by'ukuri banabigezemo uruhare rundi nabo ku rundi rwego twicecekeye, ariko uyu munsi ndashaka kugira ngo mbibaganirire mwebwe bayobozi bacu mwese muri hano na ku nzego zose, mbibabwire with the facts, with evidence, with figures where they are necessary. Just put it to you so that it's up to you to make your own judgment. You see, iyo mbona abantu bavuga ngo ndabibona mu binyamakuru biranditse ngo there is no problem. It's no problem. It's just bariya basazi bo hakurya mu Rwanda bari aho babuze ikindi bakora, bari aho bagafunga imipaka baturega ibintu byinshi, ko twica abanyarwanda bacu, ko twica abantu, ko ubu turabicanye, ubu turaho. We are nothing but just murderers of our own people. This is what we are being branded every day. Fine. There's a question on a few things. Kandi usibye ko ibyadindiye ku mupaka ibyabaye bifite izindi facts ntaho bihuriye n'ibibazo dusanganywe n'abaturanyi bacu bo muri Uganda. Ni ibintu kandi biri temporary, and the borders, I don't know whether they are open now or what, those points that had been closed, Gatuna or what. Ababizi hano ni bande. Minister, what is the timeline? What is going? Nagira ngo mbyumve neza, then sobanura ibindi nshaka kugeraho.
Your Excellency, mpaka dufite ni Gatuna na Cyanika na Kagitumba. Kuri Gatuna hariho ongoing constructions. Bizarangira nko kubaka one stop border post, bizarangira nko mu kwa gatanu. Hakaba hariho slowing down of
it is slowing down or not stopping it completely?
It's not stopped, it's just slowed down.
Is there a way of speeding it up, while you do your construction, speeding up flow of things as easy as they should be, at least, so that we remove this excuse, because there are real issues that we need to be dealing with, other than fighting over closure or opening of the border.
Yes, sir. For smaller vehicles on our side that they are moving, the trucks, the challenge we are having now is the backload iri kuri side ya Uganda.
Yeah, trucks.
Yeah, trucks, heavy trucks, which zo zigomba guca Kagitumba na Cyanika.
Kagitumba na Cyanika, they are open.
Yes, sir, they are open.
Why I'm saying this? Mumaze iminsi jya mubona nabaye nk'inzererezi nirwa ngenda nabirekeye nabisigiye muri iyi minsi byose abantu barwaniraga imipaka banabimbagazaga rimwe na rimwe nkanga kugaragara ko ntabizi neza cyane nkareba ibyo mbabwira ariko nabaga ngenda abasigaye hano nimwe nabisigiye mu murangiza ariko ikindi kiri associated I hope that should be resolved ariko what remains a problem that we need to keep discussing with our brothers and sisters from the north is the movement of people. Dufite abanyarwanda bava hano mu Rwanda bajya muri Uganda. It's difficult to explain it because on the other side of the border, they are using certain criteria kubo bemerera bajyayo cyangwa kuba badashaka not only kutabashaka gusa they arrest them. There are people who have been in prison in their dozens, actually running into hundreds now. Some of them are in military prisons, others nobody knows where they are. Some have, and how did we come to know this? Almost every week there are people who are brought and dumped across the border. I think you find out the names, maybe some of them might even be here, I don't know, because some of them are small business people, bafite small business bakora back and forth. Twajya kubabaza akatubwira ngo you know what, maze muri prison imyaka 2. So what happened to you? No. Twabaza nabo our friends from across akatubwira ngo you know, this was an illegal immigrant. He was staying in our country illegally. But he has been in prison for 2 years, no charges, nothing, until they decide to just park them on the truck and bring them and say, you cross. 2 years in prison. Abandi, months, abandi. Ukamaze say, what did they charge you of? Ati ntacyo. Ati ahubwo usibye ko ibintu byanjye byose babitwaye. Abavuga, oh, I had gone to buy spare parts, ngewe mechanicien, mechanic. Nari nambutse nagiye hakurya kugura ibyuma, nari nagiye mfite $3,000. Baraza bansanga mu gahoteli narayemo baramfata. Arayo mafaranga narayabuze, barayatwaye ari abandi actually bakakubwira ngo no, actually bari bafite na permission. Hari nabo rwose bafite legally bagiyeyo legally. Ariko what is happening that is disturbing on this part? Aba banyarwanda bamwe bafatwa, it is on the advice y'abantu y'abandi banyarwanda. Mujya mwumva something called the so-called RNC, abantu bahoze hano ba Kayumba Nyamwasa n'abandi, who some of them are in South Africa, abandi bari muri Uganda, abandi bari Burundi, and so on. Nko kuvuga ngo bo bafite authority on the other side, they work with authorities akabwira ngo no, uyu munyarwanda agomba kuba ari umuntu uri mu system y'u Rwanda ni umuntu utumva RNC, utumva ko dukwiye kurwanya u Rwanda, dukwiye gukuraho Kagame, dukwiye gukuraho RPF. So uwo nguwo, in fact hari izindi case, hari abantu bafunze. Hari nka case y'umuhungu, umuntu kera yahoze mu gisirikare, is a young man, umuntu witwa René Rutagungira, ariko se wenyine ndamukoresha as an example. Hari n'abandi bari muri iyo category. René Rutagungira bajya kumufata, and this is something I took up myself with even the president of Uganda. So abantu ba RNC who have been given free hand for recruitment muri Uganda, for abitwa ngo bari bararwanya government y'u Rwanda, byaba mu refugee camps ziri muri Uganda, basanzwe baragiyeyo mu bundi buryo. In fact, yuri even an illegal, the so-called category, uri mu category ya illegal immigrant muri Uganda, the best way to live there and be facilitated is to say you are there because you are against the government of Rwanda or what is happening in Rwanda. Then you are safe. And so uwo musore hamwe n'abandi basore bamwe bajyaga bajya mu Uganda just to survive, bakora imirimo yabo, n'umuntu wavuye mu Amen to when was it? It's around 2000, 2001 to aho ngaho. If I remember, I can see you don't seem to know about it. Ariko ni early 2000. Huh? It is the 90s. Oh, I thought it was around 2000. Now, but how they came to arrest them, and he's been in prison with others. Abantu ba RNC baraba-approaching not so long ago, about 2.5 years. Wanza maze nawe igihe kinini mu prison. So they wanted to recruit them. So abasore baranga, why did they want to recruit them? It's because they knew them, they knew they were in the army. So they've been looking for people like that to recruit for RNC with the support of Uganda. So abahungu baranga baravuga twebwe ubuzima bwacu, we are surviving, we are just doing our own things, byo ntabwo tubizi. Baravuga ngo okay, niba mwanzi, you are actually not going to operate safely in Uganda, we are going to cause you problems. Bashaka kuba blackmailing. The others actually refused and said, no, please, whatever problems you have with the government of Rwanda and so on, so that's your business. Go ahead with it. We are not part of it, and we are not part of government anymore, or the system. We are not going to join you. We want to do things for our own survival. Then what happened is simple. By the way, in Mvuga, we have evidence. And I have discussed it with my counterpart in Uganda. There are meetings we had in Addis Ababa, Hawaii Summit. We met twice on 2 days during the summit, directly. We're talking directly. Now, and I raised this. So what happened? This group, you Musore Rene n'abandi, aba RNC bakorana na security services zo muri Uganda baravuga ngo you know what, aba bantu baza hano banze kutwumva ngo babe part of us, mumenye ko aba bantu noneho baba batumwe na government y'u Rwanda kuza gutera ibibazo hano ndetse no kwica abantu b'Abanyarwanda bari hano bari opposed to the government of Rwanda. Uwo mwanya baba framing the charge against them, barabafata. Government ya Uganda yemeye kubikora cyangwa yabo yabikoresheje nuko basanzwe bashyigikiye ibyo bikorwa bya RNC muri Uganda byo kuri kurutinga abantu bagomba kudestabilizing u Rwanda. Niko yagiye, niko bamufashe, they tortured the fellow, they tried everything. Hanyuma of course ntacyo bamusanzemo, umwana yavuga ati je murarinda munyica, je nta kintu muri bumvanemo kuko ibyo mumbwira ntabwo ari byo. Baramubika mu prison n'ubu ntihakiri nabo bandi babafatanye. Hashize iminsi ubwo mbajije perezida wa Uganda muganira mwereka ibintu RNC iriho ikorera muri Uganda kandi isa naho ifite abayifasha bari mu system. Ahubwo nsanga aranabizi, nsanga uwo muntu aramuzi, nsanga ngira ngo barabimubwiye. Ariko hashize iminsi ubwo twararangije kuganira, charges zirahinduka. Zihora zihinduka, n'ubu zarahindutse ejo bundi aho numviye. Ubwo ariko jyaho nagiye kubimenyera, n'abavandimwe be, his wife, his mother, they wrote so many letters to me, bambwira bati umuntu wari udutunze, umuntu urutunze imiryango yacu bamufatiye hakurya, ntabwo tuzi ibyo ari byo, please dufashe mutumenyere ibyo ari byo. Bavuga bati kandi birasa nkaho birimo leta ya Uganda, so niyo mpamvu tubikubwira nka perezida, turagutakambira ngo dushakire ukuntu aba bantu barekurwa kuko nibo badutunze. Nicyo cyatumye I brought it up with the president himself of Uganda. But you know, arambwira ati ibyo twamufatiye umuntu icyo bamufatiye ngo baje kubona amakuru ngo ko hari umuntu yishe. Hari abantu bagiye bapfa muri Uganda kenshi b'Abanya-Uganda. In fact, sinanjye ubivuga, murabibona mu binyamakuru bya Uganda, ntabwo ari byo byandika, n'Abanya-Uganda babyandikira bakavuga ko muri abo ngabo bamwe bapfuye bicwa na system ya Uganda ubwabo kubera political reasons zabo. Ibyo ntabwo bindeba, ndavuga ibyo Abanya-Uganda biyandikira mu makuru. Bimwe bikaba impuha, bavuga ngo ni impuha zandikwa na opposition yo muri Uganda, ibyo ntabwo bindeba, it's not an issue. Baravuga ngo muri abo bantu bapfuye bamwe bari muri opposition ko bishwe n'abo bana ko ari cyo babafungiye. Fine. Ariko muri icyo kiganiro genza kubwira president, namwe nti president, Rwanda does not want any problem with anybody, let alone with you. No one wants a problem at all. Twebwe, we are busy doing our thing, trying to do whatever we can for our development. If these issues of getting involved in moving the bihu is none of our business. Ndamubwira nti rero nge ndabikurikiye, I've left it to you, deal with it the way you want. I am saying this directly to the president. It's not a message I sent, it's not, no, I was talking to him. I said, it's in your hands. Deal with it the way you want. But you know that this is just fabrication. And it's part of the problem because some people in your government are actually helping these people to destabilize us. That has already happened. Nabwo mubwira cases of things that have happened here on the hands of those people byatangiye kera muri za 2010 or 9 or something. Then when, but I leave it to you because it is in your country, I have no say, you'll attend to it. Ati nzabireba. He promised me he's going to look into it. Recently, ngiye kumva numva babihinduye, ubucaji ngo nuko kandi ntibaramu mu military court, ntabwo baramutwara. Na lawyer we w'umunya-Uganda umuburanira, from his relatives, they have been telling me, ko lawyer yagerageje ngo bamushyire no mu court, whichever court they want to try him in, kuko azi ko ari ibinyoma, they have refused to produce him, he's still in prison. Noneho ngo babihinduye according to his relatives and his lawyer, ngo in actual fact bamufatanye imbunda. This is the latest. So ariko imbunda bamufashe, he was just on the street. I think he was in a bar or something. There are CCTV cameras that show how he was arrested. Had absolutely nothing. Ngo bamufatanye imbunda, so they want therefore to validate that iyo mbunda bamufatanye, but it has come just like last week or 2 weeks ago. Umuntu bamaranye a couple of years. So but that says it for everybody. The other day, since there is a family of people they arrested, they made them leave, man and wife, kids in the house alone. One was 7 years old, another 4. Babusigaho until somebody rushed from here to go and look after the kids. Now, a number of them, nobody knows where they are. And we have the Minister of Foreign Affairs is here. We have given them names of all people we know have been arrested. Those we know where they are, we have said they are here. The others, we've told them, we don't know where they are. You are the ones who know where you put them. Some of them, they have agreed, they have said, yes, we know where they are, we know them. Others, they say, we don't know them. So there are 100 or hundreds of people arrested. Either some of them are known where they are, no charges leveled against them. Others, after so much time, they have released them and thrown them across the border. Others, nobody knows where they are. And every time, for the last 2 years, we've been discussing. Now, why am I saying all this? I'm saying that this has resulted into our government advising Rwandans, say, don't go to Uganda. You know, the other day, there is where Kagame said something in public, and Uganda took issue with it. And I actually, at first, I also took issue with it. Yavuze public, you remember that thing? I first thought maybe he didn't have to say that. I said, no. And I told him, I said, why do you need to say that? People should be free to move around. But from that time, so many more have been arrested. And then these relatives have been contacting us and saying, our people are missing, they are arrested, they have done this. And I tell these people, I said, you know what? We have no means, we have no ways to answer for this ourselves. What we have done, what we are capable of doing, is to raise it with the authorities in Uganda. And I have raised it to the highest authority, personally. I said, if the highest authority I have raised the matter with cannot do anything about it, you understand that, or doesn't want to do anything about it, you understand the problem I mean. I cannot answer for, so even coming to me to ask me if I can do anything for people who are being arrested in another country, especially in this style on this case, I actually have a problem. I have nothing I can do about it. And I have told these relatives using Kabarebe's, I said, you know what? The only thing I can do is to advise Rwandans not to go to Uganda, because if you, unless you are sure you are okay. But you can only be sure you are okay if you are against us. That is the only way you are going to be safe there. If you go saying, I am actually coming here because I want to do something back at home, can you help me? Then they will come you, but I can't advise you to be doing that. The only thing I can advise you to do is not to go there. So this is the only thing I have been telling these relatives of these people being arrested, who raised the matter with us. So while we are saying these borders, really you need to do, at least don't create an excuse for anybody. Those people in charge of the infrastructure, the local administration, the immigration, and so on, do whatever you can quickly to allow the flow of goods and people, especially at this point, because that's where the problem is, that is Gatuna. But I have also come to accept that we can advise Rwandans not to go there unless they are sure. But please don't go there saying you are our enemy, because you know that is what will give you the leeway, because we don't need any Rwandese as our enemy. No, we need them as part of us, doing what we can. But really, ordinarily, there is no need for people to go anywhere. It's the same thing. It's what has happened with the... is there much flow of Rwandese into Burundi? Do we have a lot of people going to do business in Bujumbura or other places? From what you know, I mean, the people who deal with it on a daily basis. Ntabyo muzi abantu ba immigration n'abandi ariko ntabari hano cyangwa local government ishyaka. You have no, I'm sure you must be knowing the movement of people, what's going on in Burundi. Abagiye bameze bate, ariko twe ntitubuza abantu. By the way, we don't stop people from these countries coming here, and we don't touch them. We haven't been touching Ugandans, we don't touch Burundi. Whoever wants to come here, they come here. But it has become too difficult for Rwandese to move to these two countries. So what is going on?
Your Excellency, nkuko mubivuze ntabwo tubuza abantu kugenda, nayo bibaye nukubarinda. Ariko iyo ugereranyije ku mupaka w'Uganda ni Burundi no Uganda niho hari movement nyinshi kurusha hariya hepfo.
No. Ndavuga ariko abantu mu Rwanda officially baramuvinga bakajya Burundi, Israel, they do business there, they come back. Abanyarwanda
baratinya, mu cyo gutinya kuko araho naho I Burundi baba harasingaga cyane, ngira ngo baratinya.
What is, for example, the reduction from the numbers of the people who used to go there when things were normal, and now what is the percentage? Immigration wako wapi? Yes?
Your Excellency, imibare tubona y'abanyarwanda bagiye Burundi yaragabanutse kuva igihe batangiye kubaharasinga. Tubona abasigaye bagera abanyarwanda batinyuka kujyayo n'abagiye bafite impamvu wenda hari nka bene wabo bagiye gushyingura cases nk'izo, ariko tubona ko hagabanutseho 70% y'uko abanyarwanda bajyaga bajya i Burundi, kuko na buses
It was reduced to about 30%.
30% nibo bajyayo ubu ngubu, Your Excellency.
N'aba benshi ngira ngo ni abaturiye imipaka basanzwe bafitanye, but still 70% reduction is very significant. But it came as a result of the problems they were facing on the other side. So it is almost similar to what the problem we are having with Uganda. We are going necessarily to see a significant reduction of people moving there, and this is not something we should be blamed for, because it is not actually coming from us, that it's coming from the other side, when people are not feeling safe to go the other side. But as I said, if you come to me and say, my family members have been arrested in Uganda, they went to Uganda the other day, and say, please, we want you to help us. What should I tell them? What should I do? Other than saying, I have raised this matter about other cases, nothing has happened, so I can only advise you not to go there. Those who haven't gone there, if you don't want problems for which you will come looking for help from me, just don't go there. Going back to James's initially what I thought was ill-advised statement, it has now come to be validated. Yes, this is what is happening. Now, other things. For people who know, who remember, who have memory, it's not so long ago. Around 1998. Do you remember somebody called Seti Sendashonga? Muramuzi. Do you also know an author or some academic or something called Prunier? Gerard Prunier, you remember him? Has anyone seen his book called From Genocide to Continental War or something? Does anybody know about the book? You are really something. There is a book he wrote. I think it is From Genocide to Continental War. In that book, you should look for it. He gives a story of before Seti Sendashonga died, 98, how he met him in Nairobi with generals from Uganda. And he even mentioned the name. He mentions the names. And he says, he was actually, he says personally, he was in the meeting. In fact, he's the one who introduced, before that meeting, he's the one who introduced Seti Sendashonga to Uganda, authorities in Uganda. And from that, he says, then subsequent to that meeting, they had a meeting in Nairobi with the generals from Uganda. And the meeting was about putting together all means to support Seti Sendashonga, even militarily, as long as he can also mobilize Rwandese, which he said he was doing and already had a few hundreds, according to him. So they put up a plan, and he says, so he was saying, I'm saying it with authority because I was in the meeting. And Prunia hasn't been very friendly with us, as you also know in other cases. And in fact, even in that, he's trying to say, in fact, this is why Seti Sendashonga died. Because when we had been planning this and had put him in contact with, and everything was coming together, that the government of Rwanda thought that Seti Sendashonga had crossed the line. And that's how he came to die. Well, so my reason for pointing out this is to show the cycle of things that have been happening for the last now 20 years, where while we are meeting here, trying to see how we should develop and move, there is somewhere saying, we will not allow you. It is a repetition of that. It's the same thing coming back. So this was, you read carefully, and it has elements of truth in what Prunia was saying, because we actually had that intelligence that indeed those things were happening. The things he wrote in his book. As to whether actually Seti Sendashonga died because he had crossed the line, I have very little to say about that, but I am also not apologetic about it. So, in our discussions with the leaders of Uganda, many of those meetings, there would be foreign ministers, Louise Mushikiwabo, before she left to become Secretary General, would be there. The frank exchanges that, in fact, one time I also sent her, several times. Another time I sent, or several times I sent this General Zawamwita, who is head of our security. We have received the emissaries coming from the other, and we've been talking about how we can resolve these matters. Our position, our stance in the past, now, and in the future has been to say, why don't you help us to get rid of these problems? They are not necessary. We will continue to beg to, in fact, in one meeting, I told the president of Uganda, said, you know, President, I'm begging you. I used that word. I said, I am begging you. Deal with this matter. It's not necessary. I don't see how Uganda benefits from it. Of course, we don't benefit from it ourselves. Then there was a case that keeps coming up about Emani, you also know, Rujugiro, who is to be here. He has businesses in Uganda. Whatever he does, but I was giving present information. I said, you see, he's doing businesses there, then he's passing money to people to fight us, and so on and so forth. One time he told me, and I had no quarrel with that, he says, you know, well, first he told me he doesn't know Rujugiro. I had to prove to him that he knows him. So, so that matter was resolved. We put it aside. Then we went to, then he told me something, I took it the way it was. And I'm going to go, you see, the problem with you Rwandese, you need to know how to differentiate politics from business. I said, thank you, sir. I said, but sometimes business and politics have no dividing line. Sometimes they are just, and I was going to say, if somebody is giving money to groups or to a group to destabilize another country, I don't think this is just normal business. Is it? Would this be normal business? No. Then I, at the same time I said, okay, even this one, President, I'm leaving it to you. It's you to manage it the way you think is right. Then another time in a meeting, I asked the President, I said, President, I have heard all these problems that I am bringing to you that are serious to us, and they cause us unnecessary challenges. But maybe these things are happening because you have a problem with us, or there is a problem actually we have created for you or for your country. Can you tell me what the problem is and I address it? And there was nothing. And I was saying, I'm just being frank with you, I'm being honest with you. I don't think anyone needs this problem. I don't need it, my country doesn't need it. Can we address it? I said, if you have anything against Rwanda, I'll go back home and address it. If you tell me what it is, I'll go. Even if I don't know, I'll go back home and ask others I work with and say, have you been doing these things to Uganda? There was nothing. So I said, but for me, I have given you this whole thing. Some of the things you said you don't know. The others, there is a different explanation, and so on and so forth. I said, still, I'm leaving it to you to address it. This is where we are, and still I'm leaving it to them to address. For us, we need to concentrate on what we need to, that is our development, that is protecting it, that is doing more of development.